Why is the world on fire? A bipartisan lens on global unrest, it feels like the world is burning. Hello everyone, this is Ms. Laia Relith on the YouTube channel of Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry. From the war-torn cities of Ukraine to the smoldering borders of Gaza, from political shootouts in the US to military buildups in the Himalayas, unrest is no longer a headline. It is a constant state of the world. The question echoing across borders and beliefs is simple but haunting. What is driving this chaos? And when will peace return? We have divided our analysis into 6 parts for facilitating the understanding. Part 1. The multipolar pressure cooker for decades. The world was largely shaped by a single superpower-led order, the US at the helm. But that unipolar stability has frayed. We now live in a multipolar world. Russia, once wounded by the collapse of the Soviet Union, is clawing back lost influence through brute force in Ukraine. China is rising, not just economically, but territorially, flexing muscles from the South China Sea to the icy ridges of Ladakh near the line of actual control, LAC. Iran, emboldened by regional instability, clashes directly with Israel, dragging the entire Middle East into a prolonged shadow war. This is not just a competition of borders, it's a battle of narratives, of values, and of pride. Part 2. Democracies in disarray even in the democratic West. The House is not in order. In the United States, political polarization is at its highest. Alleged shootouts targeting senators, troops sent to Los Angeles, and rising hate crimes reflect internal decay. Trump's tariff wars and deportation drives, intended as strength projections, have led to economic stagnation and moral fatigue. Trump and Musk, once aligned in a shared libertarian vision, now appear divided, further fracturing the American psyche. When democracies lose trust within, they lose influence abroad. And the world listens less when America itself is shouting inwards. Part 3. Endless cycles in the Middle East. Israel and Palestine are caught in an endless loop, a 75-year story of pain, mistrust, and cycles of vengeance. Now, Israel and Iran have entered open confrontation. But these are not just local battles. These are proxy wars, funded and fueled by outsiders, some for ideological reasons, others for arms profits. What we're seeing is not just war, but war as an industry. Peace talks collapse, but weapons contracts never do. Part 4. India and Pakistan. India and China, a pause or a prelude. The recent ceasefire between India and Pakistan is welcome but fragile. While both nations face internal economic pressures, China's silent advance in Ladakh forces India into a two-front vigilance along both the LAC with China and LOC with Pakistan. If there's one lesson from history, a ceasefire without trust is a pause, not a peace. Chinese presence across the LAC persists. Troop deployments, infrastructure, and patrol standoffs are ongoing. Though there's no full territorial takeover, both nations retain control over disputed zones as per the LAC. The 2024 patrol agreement reduced flare-ups and restored Indian patrol rights, yet strategic distrust remains. Part 5. The global arms race and the economics of war. The world spent over $2.4 trillion on defense in 2024 alone, the highest ever. Why? Because war has become a permanent budget line. Arms sales boost GDP. War contracts buy political favors. Leaders rise in polls when waving flags, even as economies sink. This is not accidental. This is manufactured instability, where peace is unprofitable and fear is a market commodity. Part 6. Can peace still be a strategy? So, where is hope? Hope lies in realignment. Not just of nations, but of priorities. Youth across countries, be it in Tehran, Tel Aviv, Texas, or Thiruvananthapuram, are disillusioned with war. They want climate justice, digital freedoms, economic dignity. Technology, when not weaponized, is connecting ordinary people across ideological divides, humanizing the other. India, with its strategic balancing between the West and East, could play a vital bridge role if it so chooses. And citizens, not just governments, are rising, demanding truth, accountability, and peace. Conclusion: a call for conscious globalism. What we're seeing today is not the failure of nations, but the failure of imagination. It is easier to build bombs than to build trust. Easier to fear than to understand. But history is watching, and the next generation is waiting. If we want peace, not as a pause between wars, but as a permanent state, we must replace the currency of power from fear to fairness, from domination to dignity. The world is not burning because it has to. It's burning because we've forgotten how to share it. It's time we remember. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. This is the channel of Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry, signing off. Jai Hind, Jai India.